How much light should tomato seedlings get? If you give them too little light, then they get scraggly, they're weak, they're spindly. We call this leggy seedling. And that's what many of you end up with. So give them more light. But how much is too much? The science on this will surprise you. Tomato seedlings actually need less light than you think. I'm going to talk about two really important concepts in this program. I'll get a little technical, but I'll keep it simple. But it's really important that gardeners start to understand these terms. Without a full understanding, we're just making a lot of mistakes. Buying the wrong kind of lights, giving our plants the wrong duration of light. So stick with me. I'll make it all clear to you, and you'll end up growing better seedlings. Gardeners struggle with leggy seedlings, which is mostly due to a lack of light, either from windowsills or budget LED lights. The new LED lights are very bright compared to the older models or LED shop lights. Are they too bright? How much light do you need to grow tomato seedlings? The terms P, PFD, and DLI are not familiar to many gardeners, but if you grow under lights, you should understand them better. It will help you grow much better seedlings, and I'll discuss them fully in this program. My focus here will be on growing tomato seedlings under LED lights or on windowsills. Most of the information also applies to growing most vegetables and perennials from seed. The quality and amount of light depend on three factors: wavelengths of light, light intensity, duration, and total amount of light. It is important to understand each of these to better understand the effect light has on plant growth. Let's look at the wavelengths of light. Plants use bands of infrared, visible, and ultraviolet light. Even though plants can use a wide range of frequencies, certain ones, especially in the visible range, are more important for plants. Scientists call this spectrum the PAR spectrum. It consists mostly of blue and red light, but also includes some green and yellow. Most of today's higher quality LED grow lights mimic the PAR spectra. Non-grow lights and cheaper LED lights, even if they are called grow lights, may not do that. You can identify a quality grow light by the fact that its marketing material shows you the spectra of the light produced by the lamp. If it doesn't show you the spectra, it is not a real grow light. Older terms used for fluorescent lights, such as cool white and 5000K, do not apply to LED grow lights, and gardeners should stop using these terms to compare lights. What about light intensity? In addition to having the right color of light, it is also important to have the right amount of light. Scientists measure the quantity of PAR light using the ppfd value. The units of ppfd are micromoles per square meter per second. This is commonly shortened to micromoles. In simple terms, ppfd is the amount of good light that reaches a plant. A low value is equivalent to a shady condition, and a high value indicates a sunny location. The goal of growing any plant is to provide a ppfd value that is high enough to produce good growth, but not so high that it damages the plant. The marketing material for a good quality LED grow light will provide the ppfd values in the form of a ppfd map. This map will show the value at specific spots under the light, with the light at a specific height. In this example, you can see the value at specific spots at a height of 12 inches, 14 inches, and 18 inches. What is the ppfd of sunlight? That depends on where you live, the time of day, and the cloud cover. At the equator at noon without clouds, sunlight has a ppfd of 2000, which is roughly equivalent to 10,200 foot candles, or 108,000 lux. In New York, the summer ppfd ranges from 1,500 on a sunny day to 300 on a cloudy day. The duration of light is also important. The ppfd value indicates the amount of light hitting the plant at any given point in time, but it does not account for the time that the light is on. The effect of light on photosynthesis is cumulative. So a high-intensity light for a short period can produce the same growth as a lower level of light that shines for a longer period. For this reason, it is important to know the total amount of light in a 24-hour period, which is known as the DLI, or daily light integral. What light intensity is best for seedlings? The ppfd of midday sunlight can be as high as 2000, and our plants grow outside all summer long. It is reasonable to think that tomato seedlings need a high value like this, but keep in mind that this value is only reached at midday. It is much lower in the early morning and evening, and it's also much lower on cloudy days. Proper LED grow lights can easily produce values over 1000 at 1 foot under the light, and some people recommend these lights for growing tomato seedlings. But what does science say? A recent study looking at different LED light intensities found that a value of 240 micromoles gave the best growth. A value of 240 produced a larger root system and more total plant mass, while keeping plants shorter. Plants grown at either 60 or in full daylight produced taller seedlings that were of a poorer quality. The lights were on for 12 hours in this study, producing a DLI of 10.4 for the 240 ppfd value. The research also found that 240 produced the highest chlorophyll content, indicating that the plant was functioning at its best at this light intensity. Research has determined that the ideal light for tomato seedlings is between 250 and 300 ppfd with a DLI of 10 to 13. That is lower than the recommendations you see from most online sources. I measured the light on my sunny west-facing window in Zone 5 on April 10th on a sunny day and got a ppfd of 750. Keep in mind that although that light level is high, it is only available for part of the day. That is why the DLI is so important. This spring, I grew my seedlings using a new MetriGrow LED light at a ppfd of 450 and a DLI of 23. This gives good growth, but the research shows that I can reduce my light costs and produce better plants if I lower the amount of light a bit. I'll be doing that next year. Here are some other interesting facts about growing under lights. Is it important for plants to have a dark period? What happens if tomato seedlings are given light continuously? This was tested by exposing seedlings to a ppfd of 300 for 12 hours. The control plants were then given darkness for 12 hours, while test seedlings were given various light levels, including white LED light at 150 or 300. Plants that received light during the night showed injuries, and the degree of these injuries increased with increased light levels. Plants should be given at least 8 hours of darkness. Do plants need full spectrum light? These are provided by lights that mimic the light from the sun. Another study looked at cherry tomatoes and the effect of different colors of light at ppfd of 320. A combination of red and blue, or red, blue, and green, performed better than a single color and better than full spectrum light. Similar results were found for peppers in another study. Given the same total amount of light, plants do better with just red and blue than with white because they get more light energy of the wavelengths they can use efficiently. Plants don't need full spectrum light, although manufacturers like to sell that feature. This testing also debunks the myth that green light is not used by plants. What is the best DLI for growing tomato seedlings? Studies have shown that the best DLI is 13, and plant quality decreased when the DLI goes over 14.3. The best growth was produced with a ppfd of 200 and a duration of 18 hours. However, from a gardener's perspective, the difference between 18 hours and 12 hours was not significant. And as a general rule, gardeners should provide at least 8 hours of darkness. This DLI value is lower than reported by other gardening blogs, which suggest a DLI of 22 to 30, but they fail to provide sources for their numbers. My number of 13 is based on actual research. If you're still with me, you've learned a lot about light and you have a much better idea how to grow your seedling. Now, if you'd like to learn more about DLI, have a look at this video here. And if you're in the market for a new LED grow light, have a look at this before you buy anything. I'll help you select the best budget LED grow light. Happy gardening.